الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. As we said, the dars to be a short talk about al-musabaqat, competitions. So al-musabaqat, like competitions, can involve in any business. And because of this, we need to know the rule of the musabaqat. Many people, I'm sure, don't even know that it could be haram. In some examples, they don't even realize that it could be haram or not, because it's very complicated issues. But anyway, we'll try today to talk about competitions in general, and then we go in details by giving some examples, so we can make it clear, inshallah, for all of you. First of all, if you look at our Sharia, our Deen, we didn't have competitions as to market the commodities. In Islam, we didn't have this. That's why there are many gharar, many gambling in the competitions nowadays. The market, to use gifts or to do competitions to market the commodities, this is something that came from non-Muslims' economy. So if you look at the hadith and the verses and the Quran and the sayings of the companions, you didn't find, or at least let's say it's not easy to find that the companions used to sell, for example, horses and make some gifts to market this sale. You don't see this. This is something we took from the non-Muslim economy. So that's why the ruling of competitions in Islam is different from the ruling or the nature of the competition in Islam is different from the nature of the competition for non-Muslims. Before you go far away, and it's in the Quran and the Sunnah, it's the word maysir mentioned, word maysir, which is the main wisdom behind prohibiting it's the main thing that is gambling. Maysir means gambling according to many of the scholars. They don't differentiate between them, although there are some scholars who differentiate. But maysir mentioned in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِنَّمَا الْخَمْرُ والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة. So Allah mentioned that al-khamr, alcohol, and al-maysir, which is gambling, and al-ansab wal-azlam, that's something they used to do, use arrows and things like this to find their luck, whether it's good or bad. All this is from the amal shaitan. It's from shaitan's action. And why shaitan does that? He wants to put hatred, dispute between us, and wants to keep us or turn us away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can notice here, we will talk about this later, but al-khamr wal-maysir, it's mentioned in many verses together. We will talk about, inshallah, the wisdom behind this. So the maysir, which is gambling, according to many scholars, they are the same. And it means that when you involve in a competition and you are 100% losing, and there will be a doubt you make something or not. So, if I give you some vouchers to buy for £1, okay? Then I'll say, one of you only will get this for that voucher. So all of you paid £1 for this, but the winner is only one. When you involve in this contract to buy this, what happened? You are 100% losing £1. Don't look at the amount, whether small or big. We talk about now the nature of the contract. So when all of you pay £1 for this, okay, and I will say to you, I will use qur'a. You know qur'a? It's like
lottery.
It's like lottery. What they do in lottery to choose one as a winner. In this situation, all of you are losing, and only one who can make money or can make his pound back, plus the profit that he makes from that contract. So this is gambling. In Islam, we don't have something like this. We don't have something like this. We have business. We have risk in business, but we don't have gambling. Something they saw إما غارم وإما غانم. Either you will lose or you will make a profit. But if إما غارم وإما سالم, this is permissible. You might make profit. You might lose, or you might lose nothing. The gambling, you are either loser or winner. In non-gambling, you and some other situations where we will make something close to gambling, they call ju'ala. You are either loser or not winner, not loser. So, for example, I say the contract of ju'ala, we say like this. I'm selling you this laptop, okay? I'm selling this laptop for £1,000. I have 10 laptops for £1,000, okay? Every laptop for £1,000. I'm selling it for you. And I said, whoever buys this laptop, okay, he might get this water for free. He might. Okay? So it will be, it depends on the luck. I will do a lottery or something like this to choose the winner. In this situation, let's say your brother, you're buying this laptop. You are paying 1,000 for this laptop. You are not paying it for something else. So what if you get the water? How do we describe you? Ghanim. You are ghanim. You win. You win this. If you don't get it, are you loser?
No.
Why?
You paid for the laptop.
You didn't pay for it. So you didn't lose anything for this. So imma ghanim wa imma salim. You either you win this, or you don't lose anything. And this contract is fine. But if I say this laptop for £1,000, but you can, if you want to join the competition, you have to pay £1 extra for water. You might win, you might not. So in this situation, imma ghanim, you might win, or imma gharim, loser. This is gambling. This is gambling. So these are issues that you need to understand before we go deep. So this is the maysir, the gambling, the lottery. Why the lottery is haram? Why the lottery is haram, brothers? Imma ghanim wa imma gharim, isn't it? When you buy for £1 or £10, whatever, that voucher or that number, so you are losing £10. Okay? But are you going to win the 100,000 or whatever? Maybe. That's why it's gambling. This is the maysir, which is not permissible. The maysir, when it involves money and losing money, akl amwal nas bil batil, you take the wealth of the money of the other people in the wrong way, this is 100% haram. But if there is no money involved, it's maysir according to some scholars. Like Imam Malik rahimahullah said, al-maysir maysiran, maysir qimar wa maysir lahu. He said, maysir could be gambling and could be wasting time and turning people away from remembrance of Allah. Keep this in your mind, because later on we'll give some examples where there's no money involved and you still find some scholars say it's not permissible. Okay. Why maysir is haram? Number one, and this is the main wisdom, is akl amwal nas bil batil. You're taking the wealth or the money of other people wrongly. So when you do this, now, when I said pay £1 for this, and only one will win, I've taken £1 from 50 and I give back for one person, and the rest their money is taken away in a wrong way. There is no we can't claim that this is a permissible contract because I've taken this money for no price, for no, what do you call, commodity, just for luck. It's أكل الناس بالباطل. And what's mentioned in the verse, إنما يريد الشيطان يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله, turning you away from the remembrance of Allah is haram. So if people start doing some type of competition that turn people away from remembrance of Allah or render the people from remembrance of Allah, it's haram as well. We can't say no because there's no money involved, it's halal. So when you play football and you leave the salah, يصدكم عن ذكر الله. When you go on to play football or watch a game, football game, and you leave the salah for that reason, يصدكم عن ذكر الله. If you play football and start fighting with your brothers, إنما يريد الشيطان يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء. This is the wisdom behind stopping these type of competitions. If it leads us to this, even if it's halal, it will become haram then. Why? Because the wisdom behind stopping gambling is mentioned in the Quran. And as I said to you, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 10, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. In the other verse, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِنَّمَا الْخَمْرُ وَالْمَيْسِرُ وَالْأَنْصَابُ. So khamr and maysir usually mentioned together. Why? It's a ijtihad from the scholars that they say the reason could be, wallahu a'lam, because gambling will make you addicted to it, like al-khamr, like alcohol. You know, people who drink alcohol, they in the future, when they keep drinking it, they will be addicted. The same with gambling. If you start playing, iyadhan billah, gambling, you will be addicted to it. Before, I didn't realize, I didn't even understand this until I've seen someone myself here in UK. One of the people, may Allah inshallah guide him and bring him back. He's addicted to gambling. He's a builder. He makes good money. I know myself, I know him. He makes good money. He finishes his work, get cash, go straight away. Just buy fish and chips or burger and chips. The rest of the money go for gambling. And the problem, every day he loses. He never made any money out of gambling. خسر الدنيا والآخرة. Losing both in dunya and the hereafter. عياذا بالله. His house has nothing, no furniture, just small bed, nothing. Subhanallah, addicted to this. He cannot leave it. So they said this could be wallah the wisdom behind it. There is a hadith, before we go far, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man qala li akhi ta'ala uqamirka falyatasaddaq." If someone said to his brother, "Come, let's gamble," then he should repent to Allah and he should give sadaqah. So if he involved in gambling even without knowledge, it's good to give sadaqah. Which type of sadaqah? Some scholars say, give the same amount that you wanted to gamble for. Exactly. Because you want to do it in haram, do it in khair. Others, they say, give whatever you want to give. Now, in this bab, in this chapter of musabaqat, competitions, we have one short hadith, but mashallah, subhanallah, it involves in many issues in this chapter. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا سبق, and another narration, لا سبق إلا في خف أو نصل أو حافر. That's it. This short hadith, about 5 words, but mashallah, it covers most of the issues we have in this topic. لا سبق with fatha, it means there is no prize. لا سبق بالسكون, it means there is no competition, لا مسابقة. And in both meanings, the Prophet ﷺ said, do not involve in competition, do not pay prize for competition except in three things. Khuffin, for between camels, Naslin, arrows, Hafir, horses. So when you compete in camels or in arrows or in horses, you can involve prizes, you can involve money. It's permissible in those 3 things. For the rest, you can't do and you can't involve money. So is this clear? So let's say, for example, you have camels, me and Shaykh Muhammad, and start, our camels start competing. I'll say, Muhammad, if I win, I will pay you 10,000 if you win. If my camel wins, you have to pay me 10,000. This is permissible, according to some scholars, because many scholars, even this hadith, they say you have to have a muhallil. What does it mean, muhallil mean? It's weak hadith anyway, but we have to mention this because it's an opinion of many scholars. Many scholars say this. Muhallil, that means, as I said, me and Shaykh Muhammad, we have two camels that are going to compete. Yunus will come. I will say to Muhammad, Shaykh Muhammad, if you win, I will pay you 10,000. If I win, or my camel win, you have to pay me 10,000. Now to make it halal, according to those scholars, Yunus should come with his camel and pay nothing. Just involve in this competition and pay nothing. If he wins, he will take the money. If he loses, he'll pay nothing. If me and him wins, he will share me the price. To make it halal, they call him muhallal. And there is a hadith, but it's weak hadith. There is no proof for this. That's why Ibn al-Qayyim said people took this from Sa'id ibn Musayyib, and there is no proof for this. Actually, the hadith is clear against this. The hadith saying لا سبق إلا في خف أو نصر حافر. It's clear. In these three things you can involve money, prize in competition. For the rest, you cannot do this. Okay. Now, if you look at the hadith, say لا سبق. That means the main hukm, they call it al-asl, in competitions, is okay or not okay? Are you with me? Or you start sleeping? Now when you look at the hadith, he said, لا سبق إلا في خف أو نصر نحاف. There's no price can be involved in competition except in horses, camels and others. There is something called الحكم الأصل في المسألة. The main rule in the chapter on this topic. Is it halal to involve money in competitions, or it's haram until we find proof? It's haram until we find proof according to this hadith. Because this hadith said, no, there is no competition is allowed with prize except in those three things. That's why they say al-asl fi hadha al-bad al-man'. Makruh or muharram, this is another issue, but this is the main thing. When you compete, you cannot involve money, you cannot involve prize, except in those three things, or what we can make qiyas on, inshallah we'll talk about it later. Now, I will try my best, inshallah, to summarize it, because it's a very deep issue, but at least you come out with some clear idea about competitions. It helps you to understand all these competitions that are taking place in the market. We have I've divided them to 4 types of competitions. Okay, number 1, competitions that are allowed with prize, bi'iwad, or without, which is those 3 things: horses, camels, arrows. Okay, those are allowed with or without. So we can compete, my camel and his camel, without involving any price. We can involve a price. So if I ask you, brothers, look at this: camels, horses, arrows. What is the wisdom behind this? What does it indicate to?
Jihad.
Jihad, exactly. Those things used to be in jihad. Camels, horses, arrows. I told you, we don't have competitions in marketing, in commodity Islam. It's something we've taken from other people. That's why we need to make sure that's halal. The Prophet ﷺ is encouraging us by all the means we will prepare ourselves for the purpose of jihad. And because of this, if you know that, the wisdom is the jihad. Okay? Well, I'm not saying we have Kalashnikov because they'll come and arrest us. Let's say we have knives, me and you. 2 knives, okay? Are we allowed to compete with knives? With money? I say, okay, you have knife and I have knife. We put something there and we start shooting. Whoever wins, the other part will pay him money. Is this allowed?
Yes.
Allowed? We have 2 madhab. Madhab say no, madhab say yes.
Same arrow, spear, same thing.
Exactly, the same wisdom. The same wisdom. It's The hadith is saying, as if the Prophet ﷺ is saying, anything can encourage you, can teach you, can learn you, help you for jihad, you can compete for it. Why? Because he wants you to be well prepared. So because of this, many scholars said all type of weapons that is manufactured now, wasn't before. There was no Kalashnikov at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. You can still use the same thing. You can compete with the prices. So all alat al-harb, all the machines, gun machines and tanks or whatever, anything to do with jihad, you can involve prices to encourage people to do it or to learn it. So number one, competitions can be done with price or without price. These are the three things mentioned in the hadith, and all competitions that involve issues that can help for jihad. Second type, which is not permissible to do competition in it, like for example, anything that is haram or wasting time or wasting money. Now for example, and this is not permissible either with price or without price. In some countries, they get two dogs and leave those two dogs killing each other. This is haram. This is haram. There is no benefit. And in some countries, they make, some people are crazy, they make competitions for goats. What is the most beautiful goats, and they will make money for this. I don't know how they see the goats beautiful, but anyway, this is how they look at it. And they said, this is with long ears. They said, this is so beautiful. We're supposed to eat it, not to look at it. But they do big competitions, and they pay money for this. Some of them camels. You say, look at this lips too big like this. And they say, this is beautiful, nice. Beautiful camel. And they pay a lot of money for this reason. This is rubbish. This is wasting time. Nothing to do with jihad, nothing to do with benefit, knowledge, nothing, just wasting money. And one brother, I was in Belfast, one brother told me a competition, it's done by non-Muslim, but just to show you that how people can go far away. They bring the woman and they will get 3-4 men, they'll cover her eyes, and those 3-4 men will kiss her. She has to find which one is her husband, which the youth is her husband, because he's definitely the youth. He's allowing 3-4 men to kiss his wife. This is the youth. All these competitions and other competitions like this are haram, with or without price. Number 3, competitions that allowed without price. Without price. The Prophet ﷺ, when he married Aisha, she was young, so he was racing with her. So she beat him. She's young and thin. She win. Then after maybe 5-10 years, she became a little bit heavy, and they competed again, raced again. The Prophet ﷺ beat her. Say this one for that one. So now we are equal. Alayhi salatu wassalam. That's fine. There is no money involved in this one. Okay, if we start doing something like this for the purpose of preparing ourselves, let's say let's go and race running as part of our training for, if we are soldiers, for example. If we are soldiers, let's say go race for purpose of training. Are we allowed to make money in these competitions? According to those scholars who say anything to do with jihad is permissible to pay price for, yes. Okay, number 4, and this is the complicated one, that apart from the 3 types mentioned in the hadith, are we allowed to pay price for the rest of the musabaqat competitions? As I said to you, the hadith say there is la sabaqa except in 3 things. Khuffin aw nasr hafir. Which means we are on the 4th one, we are not allowed to give prize in competition except in the 3 competitions mentioned in the hadith, plus anything that could be involved in the same wisdom, the same illah, the same reason for those 3, which is something to help people for preparing for jihad. The rest, you are not allowed to have any prize involved. And this is the dabat. This is what clarify this issue for you. This is what help you to understand this topic. They said, any competition, you involve in it. And when you involve in it, you will be a ghanim, winner, or loser, ghanim. This is gambling. Any competition where when you involve in it, you will be a winner or a loser, then this is gambling. Did you understand it? Any competition, if you join any competition where you will be a winner or a loser, this is gambling. We will have some examples about this, but this is gambling. Any competition where when you involve in it, you will be a winner or you are not a loser, then it is permissible. Okay? Now, if me and Abu Islam wanted to race, okay? I don't know, definitely you will win, there's no doubt. But anyway, we decided to race. I still think I might still have a little bit left for energy, so I can compete with them. We're not paying anything, but Javed said, whoever wins, I will pay him £50. Is this permissible?
Yes.
Me and Abu Islam will race. Javed will pay, he was not racing with us, but he will pay the price. I've given you the rule. Apply the rule now. Me and Abu Bilal, we involve in competition. Are we winner and loser, or winner and not loser? Exactly. So whoever wins will make £50. Whoever lose nothing. So this is not gambling. That's fine, because the prize is given from someone else, not from the racer, not from the competitors. So just take this rule. If you are loser or winner or loser, it's haram. If you are winner and not loser, it's fine. Okay? In this, I'm talking about both of them, okay? Not one of them. When the competition is like this, it's not permissible. Now, the same thing, me and Abu Bilal, we are going to race. I said to Abu Bilal, if you win, I will give you £50. If I win, don't give me anything. Shaykh, Khamis, what do you think? Did you understand the question? Okay. Me and Abu Bilal, I said, if Abu Bilal, if you win, look, it's arrogance. I still think even, I'm 100% beating him. I said, if he wins, I will give him £50. If I win, don't give me anything. Because I'm sure I'm going to win. Huh, Shaykh Khamis? It's okay, akhi. There is no Jannah, nar, there is no punishment. Just answer. Yeah?
Because if he wins, you're going to lose.
So?
That's allowed, I think.
Why?
Because it's a gift. You're gifting it.
Exactly. Now, we said in the competitions, we talk about both parties. If they are either winners or losers, that would be gambling. But in this situation, it's one side just giving something as a gift. There is no mutual prizes that he will be loser or winner, no. So when both parties, either winners or losers, both of them could be winners or losers, in that situation, it will be gambling. But in this situation, it's fine. It will be as a gift. I'm giving him. I'm not expecting anything back from him. And the third thing that, as we mentioned, the competition, whether it involves prize or not, it must be halal, permissible competition. Otherwise, it's not permissible. As I said, to make a big, huge competitions, and the prizes are millions for the beautiful cat or the beautiful camels, this is wasting money, and this is against the competitions in Islam. There is no doubt about this. Okay, let's go for examples. You go and speak, inshallah. Lottery. Why lottery is haram? I think everybody knows it's haram. Why it is haram? أكل أموال الناس بالباطل. I'm looking for the wisdom. Now you mentioned the rule. That's fine. But I said why. I didn't say how. If I say how it's haram, you mention what you said, because people are either winners or losers. But the wisdom, أكل أموال الناس بالباطل. You're taking the money of the people in the wrong way. I'm just making everybody pays £10 for this, and only one person, I'll give him, let's say 50 pounds, whatever, we take the rest. This is akal nas bil batil. Okay. In some shops, as I said, supermarkets, maybe in UK, I don't know whether they have it or not, but when you go, as I said, they will give you this laptop, and if you pay extra, £10 for example, you can involve in a competition where you can win iPhone. Is this permissible? Why? Because you are a winner or loser. Yeah, definitely losing money, and then you might be winner or might not be winner. Okay. In some places, what they do, they will tell you, okay, don't pay £10 for this, but you have to buy at least £500. Buy something for £500 to involve in this competition. Did you understand it? You don't pay for the competition, but you are not allowed to join the competition unless if you buy £500. This is a very complicated, and to be honest, many scholars say it's haram, because this level of money, it shows that they are taking money for that competition. But to be honest with you, in this situation, if those people who do this competition do not charge more money for the products, I don't see it's haram. So if this is £1,000 anyway, but they tell you have to pay £1,000 to join the competitions, it doesn't look that it's haram. Although some scholars say it's haram. And there is difference between this one, this issue, and the other issue. When you go to buy something, they say to you, if you buy above 50, we will give you this as a gift. This is allowed, because there is no lottery involved. Buy 50, you get tissue free. Buy 50, you get water free, whatever. It's like this, as if they're giving you discount. They say if you buy for £50, we'll make a discount for you by giving you this free. But if it involves lottery, you have to buy for 500 less, then you join the sahb, they call it the lottery, then there is different opinion about this. You know, in the newspaper, they put some competitions inside the newspaper. Is it permissible? When you buy the newspaper, there will be competition inside this, and if you join the competition, you might win and you might not. What do you think, Ahmed?
Depending on his intention. If you bought the newspaper for the news and...
Wallahi, mashallah, like you went to another issue, but mashallah, very good. Now, Ahmed, what Ahmed saying? If you buy the newspaper for the competition purpose, you are not allowed, because you are involving in the lottery now. You're paying the money for the gambling. But if you are buying a newspaper, you want the newspaper, and the competition is there, it's fine. This is for the buyer. What about the seller? We have to give condition for the seller. What shall we say to the seller? Make sure that you don't charge for the competition. You sell the newspaper just for the price for the newspaper. Don't put extra money for the competition.
Some of these competitions ask you to send it, post it. You have to buy a stamp.
That's fine, because this money is not for him. This is for the carrier. That's fine. Nothing to do with it. The issue is that when you give him money and you might get more, less, this is the gambling. Okay, now phone calls. There are some competitions through the phones. Are they allowed?
Usually you have to pay for the calls.
Sometimes when you call them, they will have money through the call. It depends.
Extra charge. If they have extra charge, then there is no doubt it's haram. But if just the same price for the normal calls, alright, it's doubtful, isn't it? Now let's say the phone call will cost 10 pence. And you call them, they will charge you 20 pence. There is no doubt this is haram, because the extra 10 pence is gambling. But if they charge you 10 pence, No, but this money is for the phone call, not for the competition. They're not charging you any extra money. In this situation, it's permissible. Okay. Tesco Club card. Membership in airlines, some airlines, Turkish Airlines or British Airways, you have membership card. Are they allowed? Let's talk about Tesco Club card first. What is it? Most of you maybe have the Tesco Club card. What will happen? Why you need it, Omar, or not Omar, Adam? Why you need Tesco Club card? Why you take it? I mean, if you have one.
I don't know.
You don't have it? Rich man. Another one. Another one looking for discount.
It's kind of discount, isn't it? Because
So you take it for discount purpose?
if they're giving the club card,
Yeah.
you spend £1, they'll give you 1 penny in your account.
So what do you consider this 1 penny?
gift.
Discount? Or gambling? Or gift?
Gift.
No, it's not gambling.
Why you didn't consider it as gambling?
Because they are not taking everybody money and playing a
You don't
somebody's
lose.
giving.
You're not a loser.
You are not a loser, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not a loser when I buy from Tesco?
I'm just buying £1 product, £1.
Yeah, so this is what he said. They are selling the product for the same price, whether you have Tesco Club card or not.
Yeah.
So they're not charging any extra money when you buy through Club card. This is the main issue you have to look at before you check whether a discount or not. Even if they give you discount, but they're charging you more, then it's riba. It's gambling. You understand me? But because they're selling the product for the same price for you and for the other one who doesn't have Club card, but they're just giving you discount as a loyalty, for the loyalty purpose, that's fine. But what about the airlines? Some airlines, when you travel, they give you points, and then maybe you get free ticket. So what do you think about this?
Same.
What's the same? Same what?
Same like club card is.
Discounts?
Yeah.
Yeah, discount. But the question is, some airlines, when you go for booking, what they do, if you want to get more miles or more points, you have to pay extra. In some airlines.
You can buy miles.
Exactly, you can buy miles. If you buy miles, you are not allowed. But they give you as a discount is fine, because you are not losing anything. But if you buy miles, what will happen now? You're losing. You're losing money.
But you gather the miles together, you get a free ticket.
Sorry?
You gather the miles together, and you get a free ticket.
Now let's go for the permissible one. You buy a ticket, they give you points. Those points are discount. Okay? It's not paid for, isn't it?
It's free.
Free. When you pay money for miles, what are you paying for?
For more points to get a ticket, free ticket.
To
A
get?
free ticket.
No, it's gharar. You don't know whether you get this free ticket, whether it will be expired for 1 year. You understand me? They don't make it clear forward, we save you money so in future you buy a ticket. No. So it's gharar, jahala, it's ambiguity and gambling. So if it's paid for, you are not allowed to pay. But if they give you discount or they give you points without paying for it, then it's fine. Same some shops, not here I think, what they do, they give you discount card. You buy it for £15 for example, and you can use it for 6 months in certain products, blah blah. This is gharar, this is ambiguity, this is gambling. You might make a discount out of it, you might just lose the £50 for no reason. Competing with each other, as they said, racing. My camel and Shaykh Muhammad camel. Is it permissible? Permissible without?
And with and without money.
Okay. So instead of camel, we have lions or dogs. Inshallah, we don't have dogs, but let's say we have 2 dogs competing. My dog, his dog.
For the same reason jihad.
I don't think jihad, now dog will be used for jihad. Now or before. Dog miskin always just for zara and issues like this. So it's not permissible because it's not either in hadith or, as I said, in jihad. So it's permissible if it's the 3 things in hadith. But there's a... No,
Sheikh, does that mean horse racing is allowed? Gambling on horses?
Yeah.
It's not considered gambling? I'm a bit confused about it.
No. Okay, good. Alhamdulillah, you raised this question because look at this. Let me just explain to you. Me and Shaykh Muhammad, we have 2 horses. Me and him are competing. I said to him, if my horse wins, you pay me 10,000. Okay? If your horse wins, I'll pay you 10,000 or 5,000. This is not gambling because it's exceptional hadith. Okay? Now, the gambling, in the market, you don't own the horse. You will gamble with me, which horse will win. You understand me? This is rihan. The hadith said the 2 competitors themselves, they own the camels or they own the horses. You understand me? In your situation, you talk about people are sitting, gambling, Leicester City will win or not. That horse will win or not. This is gambling because in this situation they call it rihan. And this is what we're talking about. Rihan is not permissible. When we say rihan, that means they are not the real racers, no. Let's say, for example, some people gamble when they Leicester City play. I think even the shops, like somebody was telling me, some people make money when they win. So yeah, they gamble in those gambling shop. They say you pay you buy that ticket, whatever, for £100, whatever, and you will win this if that team wins. This is gambling because you making rihan now. But in that situation, we both involved in horses race. Let them finish it.
So what if you had like the audience, the crowd,
and
they said basically like the other example where the other brother was giving the money as a gift.
Okay.
To the 2 racers, whoever wins, I'll give you £50. He's not involved.
Yeah.
So similarly, if the audience said, if you went into that audience and you said, right, I'll give £50 to whichever horse won.
Okay.
Whichever horse wins.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're not gaining anything. Okay.
Now you are. Yeah. I said to you, if that horse wins, I will give you £50. This is what you said?
No. It's okay. I answered my own question while I was saying it's fine, don't worry.
It's sorted? Yes.
So for example, if you play a match, and whoever won, you give him, for example, let's say £10,000.
Not 10,000. Give him Pepsi Cola or any drinks. They do it, They play. What they do, if I win, you buy me a burger. If you win, I will buy you a burger. This is gambling. If it's a football match, for example, it's gambling. You are only allowed to have this in those three competitions, or 3 types of competitions.
So you're not allowed to win money?
In gambling, you are not allowed. But if you want to work and make money, no problem. But to compete like this, no.
But if the masjid organize competition?
This is third party. Someone else. The same. I said, let's say you play, I get 2 teams. I say, okay, you play, whoever wins, I will buy him a burger. Now I'm not playing, that's fine. I'm not involving in the competition. It's a third party, that's fine. But from both parties, both competitors, you are not allowed to do this. Have you did this before? Or you ate gambling? I tell your father. Okay, now in this rihan racing, the one I told you, for example, horse races and this, you are not allowed to involve prizes or prizes except if it's something to do with the deen, the knowledge, ilm, Islam, Sharia. Why? Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Romans have been defeated in the nearer land, في أدنى الأرض, وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون. They will win, they will beat the first. في بضع سنين, بضع means from 3 to 9. The Roman were beaten. So Abu Bakr came out in Mecca and started reciting this verse. So what happened? Abu Lahab said, what are you saying? He said, Roman have been defeated, but they will win next war. Abu Lahab said, you are a liar. He said, no, this is Quran. He said, will you bet for this? He said, yes, I will bet for this. So he said, okay, بضع is from 3 to 9, let's divide it to 6. Okay? After 6 years, if the Romans do not win the war with force, then you win the bet, said to Abu Lahab. And Abu Lahab said to him, if the Roman wins, I will pay you, or you will win the bet. So he went to the Prophet ﷺ and told him, he said, why you did this? You should have given more time. Because bid'a means from 3 to 9. Why you choose 6? Why don't you be in safe side? So 6 years passed, nothing happened. And Abu Bakr lost. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Zid fi rihan wa zid fi waqt. Increase the bet, the price, and increase the time. So he made it 9. Need 9 years. On the 7th year, the Romans defeated the Persian, the force. And when they defeated them, the day of Badr, when Abu Lahab is killed, the same day that when Abu Lahab is killed, it's said that he took the money, the bet from his son, but the same day Abu Lahab is killed. في بضع سنين. So, and many scholars say this is abrogated, mansukh, but Ibn al-Qayyim, Ibn Taymiyyah, and other scholars, other madhab, said is not abrogated. The hadith is clear. When it comes to support the deen, encourage people to accept Islam, spread the deen, you can go for betting with rihan. Even if it includes a prize, it's permissible. Only in this situation. But the rest is not fine, it's not permissible. So race horses, you cannot bet for this. Football matches, you cannot bet for this. Quran competitions, can you bet for this?
Yes.
Why? How?
It's because
Where's the proof?
I don't
Musabaqat al-Quran, Quranic competitions. I'm not talking about masjid will organize it and pay for it. No, I'm talking me and Shaykh Muhammad will compete in reciting Quran. Whoever wins will pay, whoever loses will pay the winner. So I said, Shaykh Muhammad, you recite. If you win, I will pay you 1,000, and if I win, you pay me 1,000 or 500, whatever. We bet in this. Are we allowed to do this? Why? According to the hadith, this is what Ibn al-Qayyim said. He said this is actually more important and more jihad than the camel and horses. Because he said fighting with arrows and swords, this is not the main thing. The main thing is to spread Islam. Actually, this is the means of spreading Islam. So if it's allowed to bet for the means, it's definitely allowed to bet for the wisdom. The main thing that is Islam, that the sword came for. Now in airports and other places, you see some games where you try to shoot something. If you hit that, you might hit iPhone or you might hit nothing. Whatever you hit or shoot, you will get it. Have you tried this before? Okay. You see it? Have you seen it? Sometimes you shoot it, sometimes you use like a battle, something like this. They play different ways. But you have to pay in advance. £10 or £1, whatever. And then you try your luck. You might get iPad, you might get a small piece of chocolate, you might get nothing. What do you think about this? Why? You are a loser and not, you might be winner, might not be winner. Okay. Dice and nerd. You know dice? There's applications. People play dice. You know that one? You call it die? A nerd. You call it nerd. Is it permissible? If it involves money, it's agreed upon that it's not allowed. But if not including money, majority of the scholars, for madhab, they say it's not permissible. Some scholars say, because the Prophet said, من لعب بالنار دشير فكأنما غمس يده في لحم خنزير ودمه. Whoever plays dice, النار دشير, as if he put his hand in the meat of a pig or pork and it's blood. So it's something very dirty, very bad, very haram. But some scholars said, النار دشير, it is a game that is used to be played before in those days from the Persian, but it's something to do with their religion, with their iman. It's not just a game. That's why they said if the money is not involved, it's not permissible. But to be honest with you, it's nearly ijma' that all the scholars say it's not permissible because it's haram. نعم يا آدم.
I was gonna ask you a question in relation to you know how you said if you give money and you, I don't know, for example, there are some competitions here. Like, what about if you know you're good at the thing that you're probably gonna pay for?
Okay.
Like, for instance, it could be like you get 3 shots, get all 3 in a basketball hoop, and you win an iPhone. But you know you're good, so
Who will pay for the iPhone?
They paid for it, obviously. They'll give you the iPhone.
Who's that? Who?
The person you give the $5.
Okay.
You get 3 shots.
Yeah.
You get all 3. You get the iPhone.
Yeah.
You're certain you'll get these shots.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything.
It's gambling. Because when you say you are certain, at least there is 1% chance you lose. Secondly, the contract itself is based on gambling. It's not based on buying and selling. It's based on luck. And this is the gambling. When it's based on luck, it's not permissible. So what about the chess, الشطرنج? You know chess? Do you play chess? Oh, today we're catching this guy. The second thing he does that. I don't know if his father knows or not. Yeah.
The horses.
We talk about the face. Now talk about the game itself. Because this game is old. Even the time of the companions, they know Shatranj. All the hadith mentioned in Shatranj, that Shatranj is not permissible, are weak. There is no authentic hadith that Shatranj is not permissible. Okay? Although majority of the scholars said Shatranj, chess is haram. With or without money. With money definitely is gambling. Without money, majority say it's haram. But to be honest, there is no clear proof for this. There is no clear proof. And the strongest thing they can use is Shatranj like dice. Is this correct? Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said Shatranj actually worse than dice. And all the proofs that prohibited dice can be applied for Shatranj, chess. Shatranj is just like dice. Exactly. Dice based on luck. Shatranj based on thinking. Yeah. That's why there's no proof to claim that chess is haram, as long as does not involve money, does not involve what? Hatred, dispute, render you from remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What's mentioned in the verse? إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله. Any game can lead to this. It's haram. So if we say this, what do you think about football matches? We have 2 types. One is just that when we play, as I said. So if there is a gift from third party, prize from third party, it's fine. From the competitors themselves, they're not allowed. But what those big teams that make good money, good salaries, those famous people, people know them more than the 10, 10, 20 بالجنة, the companions. Our kids remember the names of Real Madrid and Barcelona more than the 10 mentioned in one hadith that they will be from Jannah. If you ask them about the name of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, they might not know it. If you ask about how many the players in Leicester City or whatever, they will just tell you straight away. Anyway, what do you think about these games? Is it permissible or not to have money in these games?
To watch or?
No, I'm not watching. Talk about the players themselves. They make good money, isn't it? At least let's make it haram for them.
You're asking the person for betting or?
Sorry?
Betting.
No, I'm talking about betting. Talk about the players, the salaries of the players.
Talk about if we are playing.
No, now we said about if we are playing, we're not allowed to bet. But if someone wants to give us a gift, that's fine. Talk about those big teams that play and the players that will receive salaries. Is it permissible or not? Why?
There's no horror.
Yeah, but who pays for it?
I think the problem is a lot of it is wearing.
No, before we go to those side issues. Now let's talk about the contract itself.
Yes, okay.
Who pays for their salaries?
Like the media coverage, the Sky TV.
So there is no money from the counterpart, from the other team. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine then. If it's paid from the government, paid from tickets, other places, that's fine. The main thing, they're not being paid from the...
No.
But this salary is worse than the hijama. The Prophet ﷺ, they say, كسب الحجام خبيث, which means that hijama's money is permissible, but it's not very good. But this is worse, because it's wasting time. There's no benefit behind it. Actually, it leads people to dispute, hatred, fighting each other. All the what's mentioned in the verse is there. And it renders people and turns people away from remembrance of Allah. They don't pray on time. All these are wrong things that are there. Okay, you might be controlling yourself. And when you watch a football, you control your time, you pray, etc. But this is not the situation with most of the ummah. Most of the ummah are not like this. Akhi, now people are happy that World Cup took place in Qatar or whatever. I mean, billions spent on football, and people are dying in Somalia and Syria out of hunger. They don't have food to eat. You can't tell me that's fine. We have to be ashamed. This is shame on us. We can't. You can't spend this money. Okay, you have a reason, purpose. This is something to do with between you and Allah. Allah knows best. But talking about us, we as a believer, to go and watch a football match for £900 or £500, this is wasting time, wasting money, and people are dying. So anyway,
there was one comment was there. They spent 270 billion.
No, this is wrong.
No, they just say.
Yeah.
Say for the sake of argument, 300 billion.
Yeah.
They spend it for this. But they say thousands of people came to Islam.
Yeah.
So this is what he spent.
No, to be honest with you, this amount is spent not on the World Cup. They spent about 8-9 billion, that's it. The rest is spent on the country itself. So they kept it for themselves. Anyway, we are not here to discuss this, but I'm saying the amount of money that, there is no doubt, it is wrong to pay a player 50,000 or 100,000 or maybe more, or millions per year, and leave scholars, not even in the deen, religion, scholars in other fields, and you pay them nuts. You can't do this. Doctors take less than one of those players. One player maybe take the budget of a hospital. This is wrong. This is definitely wrong, but this is a situation. وما أكثر الناس ولو حرصت بمؤمنين. The last example, and I'll finish here because it's, I think, inshallah, you understood the topic, and you have the rule where you can use whenever you have any question like this. Now, in some competitions, what they do, what's your name, Akhi?
Matthew.
Matthew. Okay, me and Matthew competing now. Okay? In anything, okay? Third party will pay for our prize. Which is fine, we said, okay? Now, I answered the question, I make £1,000. He answered the questions, he make £1,000. What they tell us now, they said, if you want to take the £1,000, you can go. If you want to carry on, if you answer the question, you will make 10,000. If you don't answer, you lose your £1,000. Did you understand it? So what is this? Gambling, isn't it? Why? Because at the beginning it wasn't gambling, it was fine. But then Shaitan came and took them to gambling. Why? Because the second question, you either loser or winner. In the first question, you either winner or not loser. Because you either answer and get £1,000, or you don't answer, you don't pay anything. But the second question, you are loser or winner.
What if, like, I'm sure people have seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? So you know, like, you have certain tiers, like let's say you get up to £32,000, and then you carry on. Let's say you've got the question to answer for $1 million.
Okay.
Let's say if you answer right, you get $1 million. If you answer wrong, okay, you'll go all the way back down to 32, and that's what you'll take home.
How much you lost? You lost some money in that question?
Technically, yes, you lost money. Yeah.
How much you supposed to
You didn't
have?
go empty-handed. You
Yeah, but he still lost amount, isn't it? Yes, gambling. It doesn't matter, small or big amount. As long as you're either winner or loser, it's gambling. Just take this as a rule with you, keep it in mind. If you are loser or winner, then it's gambling. If you are winner or losing nothing, that's fine. If I say, as I said before, whoever goes and find my mobile, I lost my mobile for example, find my mobile, I will pay him £100. So all of you went and start searching. Then, brother, you found it. I came to me. I give him £100. Is this gambling or not? What about you? You lost your time. You lost, huh?
You didn't lose a stake. You didn't lose a stake. You didn't put money.
This is number one. You didn't put money. Second thing,
It's like a gift. It's one.
it's like a gift. Also, yeah. 3, exactly. You are not obliged to involve. It's voluntarily. You are doing this voluntarily. I didn't force you to go and search. So there is no harm. Shaitan cannot come and say, go and fight Abu Yahya because he wasted your time. I didn't tell you to waste your time. I gave you the chance to make £100 if you want and if you can. If you want to go for it, alhamdulillah. If not, it's up to you. Yes, sir.
I think the brother's question was referring to the competition. He's not losing anything because he didn't pay anything. However, if he, it's like how much he's going to win. Is he going to win a lot?
No, what the question is like this. If he answers the first question, he makes 10,000. Second question, 50,000. Third question, let's say 500,000. Now they will tell you the fourth question, you make million or you go back for 1,000. You won't come out with nothing, but you will go for 1,000. Now, after finishing the third questions, how much you have in your pocket? Not in your pocket, in your account. 500,000. Okay? So you, the 500,000 is your money. You deserve it, it's your money. And that's why they tell you, if you leave now, you leave with the 500,000. If you want to carry on and lose and win, you make million. If you lose, they will take all the money, they leave you 1,000. So it's gambling now. You are either loser or winner. And this is the rule of gambling. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك الله فيكم. Yes, Shaykh.
And you said, for example, the shop will say to you, if you buy for 500, you will have a gift. I'm going to the shop and I buy for 400.
Yeah.
Usually, but I know that if I go to 500, I will have something. So I will buy more.
Yeah. For no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
To risk it, I will use it.
Yeah. You are sinful. It's haram for you to do this. Yeah. But why now? Because you are gambling now. The £100 you paid extra is not for purpose of buying the product. You are doing it for the gift. So this, in this situation, you are not allowed to do this. We mentioned this when we talked about the newspaper competition. We said if you buy the newspaper and you want the newspaper, the competition is fine to involve it. But if you buy the newspaper for the purpose of the competition, in reality, the money you're paying is not for the newspaper, for the competition. So you're involved in gambling. And this is good to raise here. That's why the scholars have said, if they make limit for buying, to join the competition, that will make it haram because people will buy for that purpose. Even, not only this, you know that chocolate that has like toy inside it, the egg, yeah, whatever. I mean that one. I mean, if you buy for the toy, you're not allowed to do this. You don't know what you're buying.
If you buy for a toy, so it doesn't matter. You don't mind what it is, as long as you get something.
No, because the toy could be small, big, good, bad. But if you buy the chocolate and the toy is included, that's fine. There is no problem with this. And of course, the chocolate itself will not cost this amount of money because they're including the toy. But because you're buying the chocolate, and the toy is there. Although our kids, they buy it for the toys.
They want toys, they don't want chocolate.
But they eat the chocolate, they want the chocolate.
Another situation, I want to buy a laptop. It costs £1,000.
Yeah.
I have a shop, he is selling for £1,000. Another shop, he is selling for £1,000 with a voucher of £50 to buy it in Amazon.
Yeah.
I go to this one to have this gift.
Yeah, permissible, no problem. Because the price of the laptop is this is the market price. They are not charging you. He is just giving you discount. He's giving you £50 back. That's it.
So it is a little bit plus.
That's that haram. If they extra charge more than the real cost for the product or the market cost for product, then it's not permissible. So if he said to you, for example, this one for £1,000 and this one for 1,100, because this one has an Amazon voucher for blah blah whatever. If it's not, this one you will involve in a competition for Amazon voucher, then you are paying for the competition, which is gambling. Yes, Adam.
Shaykh, you know, going back to what you said about the airlines and everything, like, there's a situation like, what do you think about AA membership? Like, this is a car company, for instance, that, you know, they will reach out to you and say, if you pay us 13, 20 something pounds a month, and your car breaks down on the way somewhere, we can assure you that we'll come and take care of it. And
yeah, it's like insurance. It's like the same contract like the insurance. This one, but why? Because you pay £30, and they might come and fix a problem for you, which would cost £100, and they might not come for a year because you didn't need them. It's not allowed except if they put more conditions, more clarifications, more restrictions, and then they make it clear that we will come, for example, 4 times a month, and we can fix up to this. We can do. They are clarifying it. Then that's fine. But if they leave it open, like the insurance company, you pay the premium, £100 a month, £1,000 a year, and they will cover everything. Either you kill someone, or you hit the car, or they hit you. The ambiguity is clear here, because you might pay 1,000 and you go out make an accident that will cost 10,000. They have to pay it, and you might keep paying £1,000 a month, a year for 10 years, and you don't do any accident. You lose your money, and there is nothing back for you. So, wallahu, this is in that situation. If it's restricted, clear, they made it very clear with the conditions, it's fine. Otherwise, not permissible. Now, further.
For example, if you are in America, the healthcare is very, very expensive, and you can get health insurance, for example, £1,000 a year. So are you allowed to take it? Because if you don't have the insurance, you will have to pay £50,000 or £100,000 for the medication. Are you allowed to?
As a contract, it's not permissible. But because of the expensive life there, because of the haja, need for it, and because the wisdom behind prohibition, the insurance is gharar, ambiguity, not riba. If it's riba, it's not allowed unless if there is necessity. But because it's ambiguity, gharar, it could be allowed even if there is need for it. And this is one of the situations you are allowed to do it. If you think you can't afford it, not even the ordinary person, like even doctors. Some doctors, if they involve in some operations, they do some mistakes, they will finish them. So they have to have insurance, otherwise they can't. If there is an Islamic insurance, takaful, then you have to have takaful. If not, you can do any insurance that will cover you and cover your need. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. بارك الله فيكم.